Section 2.3 is composition of functions. I've got the first example written out here for us. Okay, so we've got f of x equals the square root of x plus 5 and g of x equals x squared. They want us to take f composed with g of 2. Okay, so this is the notation for composition with functions, this little open circle right here. Okay, so this is said f composed with g of 2. Okay, so let's take a look at this first example. The first thing I recommend doing is rewriting it. So the way you always rewrite composition of functions is, again, the order matters, so keep it in the order they give you in the problem. We're going to write f of g of 2. And notice what composition does. It puts one function into the other function. Okay, well, just like order of operations, you work with the inside parentheses first. So I'm going to leave the outside alone, f parentheses, and then let's do what this tells us to do. We've done this before. This is just telling us plug 2 into the g function. So we're going to take this 2 and plug it in for x. So we've got 2 squared. And go ahead and simplify that. So that's 4. And then what do we have left? F of 4. So this is telling us plug 4 into our f function. So we've got the square root of 4 plus 5. And we can simplify that. That's just the square root of 9, which is 3. Let's do another one. Part B, they give me g composed with f of -1. Again, the order matters, so make sure you leave it in the order it is in the problem. So our g is first this time, so we're going to write g of f of -1. And work with the inside parentheses first. So we're going to leave the g on the outside. F of -1. Well, we're plugging -1 in for our x in the f function. So we've got square root of -1 plus 5. And go ahead and simplify. So that's the square root of 4, which is 2. And now what we've got left, g of 2. So we're going to take 2 and plug that into the g function for x. So we've got x. So we've got 2 squared, which gives us a final answer of 4. Okay, well, just like the last section, they may not give you a number to plug in, but you're still going to perform the composition. So let's take a look at another example. I've got f of x equals x cubed and g of x equals x squared plus 3x minus 1. And in part A, they want us to find f composed with g of x. Okay, well, again, I'm going to rewrite the problem. The f is first, so I've got f of g of x. So this is telling us to plug g of x into our f function. Okay, well, to get used to it, I like to circle my inside function. So you could rewrite your problem, and I'm going to circle the inside function. My inside function is g of x. So I want to take that and plug it into the x in the other function. So I'm going to rewrite that. I've got x squared plus 3x minus 1, and I'm plugging that in for the x right there, so it's cubed. You could simplify it further if you want to, but I just want you to do the composition showing that you're plugging one function into the other, and you can stop there. So we'll try another one. Part B, we want to do g composed with f of x. Well, I'm going to rewrite the problem again so that I can circle my inside function. It's just kind of nice to do that when you're getting used to it. Okay, so this time my inside function is the f function. We could rewrite it, g of f of x. Okay, so we're plugging the f function into the g function. So we're going to take this x cubed and we're going to plug it in for x in the g function. And notice there's two spots this time. So I'm going to rewrite it as x cubed squared plus 3, and I'm plugging in x cubed again, so x cubed minus 1. Okay, again, I'm not too concerned about the simplifying, but this one just takes one little step to simplify, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I've got a power raised to another power, so that's where you multiply your powers right there. So we've got x to the 6th power plus 3x cubed minus 1. Okay, and for the last example, just like the last section, you may end up using a function more than once in a problem. So for part C, I've got f composed with f of x. Okay, rewrite it like you've been. So I'm going to write my f first, f parentheses f parentheses x. Okay, well, we're plugging the f function into the f function. If you want to do it like we have been, I'll write the f function twice for us. And we're taking the f function and plugging it into the x in the f function. So we get x cubed cubed, which we can simplify to x to the 9th. Okay, so give the homework a try, and if you need to, email me.